Hello Scorpio, and welcome to the weekly love reading for couples from the 13th to the 19th of February. For Scorpio, I have pre-shuffled your cards. I'm ready to go. Before we get started, quick astrological update. We do have a full moon in the sign of Virgo. That is on the 19th or the 20th, depending on where you're located in the world. It is going to have effect on all of us dramatically because it's at 1 degree of Virgo. And from an astrological point of view, that's quite an important degree, okay? It's like really on the beginning of Virgo. So for a lot of us, it's about releasing the need to be perfectionist in a particular area, depending on wherever it falls in your house. But let's get started with your reading. At the bottom of the deck, you come into this time period with the Princess of Swords. Now, this is the Page of Swords. So it can speak about things that are unknown or hidden from you, or needing to have the clarity to see things clearly. Now, if I remember correctly, your last weekly reading I did for couples was all around your partner being faithful to you and not having fear with that. And as I'm doing this reading just before Valentine's Day, I can see a lot of that incredible energy between you both. You start off with the Magician coupled with the Three of Wands. That's phenomenal energy, okay? The Magician speaks about, it's one of my favorite cards in the entire deck, particularly in this deck. I mean, look at that illustration. It's freaking incredible. And I actually think of Scorpio when I look at that card because it kind of explains to me your energy, right? It's electric. It's connected to the earth. It's also connected to emotion, and it's connected to above when it comes to thought and feeling. But coupled with the Three of Wands, it speaks about manifesting a new path, a new purpose with your partner, okay? For some of you, this could be job offers. You could be traveling again, and I think travel came up in your last reading as well, or maybe your partner's traveling. But I really feel like this is for your energy, Scorpio. Either something to do with work is sending you away this week or next week, or you are doing some travel, or you're planning some travel with your partner. It's grounded with the King of Swords. Now, obviously this represents an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I feel like this is a boss or someone that you work with. It could be your partner, but I feel like it's someone that you work with that's a boss, work's coming through very clearly, that's kind of putting a little bit of pressure on you and having high expectations. Because at the center of your reading, you have the Four of Swords. Now, the Four of Swords for me, as you can see on the card, it kind of looks like someone's meditating, right? It's a card that typically speaks about introspection and needing to go within and needing to find your grounding and your footing. But it can also speak about healing, like from a health perspective. Maybe you've been a little bit lax on what you're doing from your dietary point of view and your exercise. And now this is kind of like the week where you're trying to find your grounding again and get back into it, you know, maybe start training again, maybe start looking at it. And I feel like you will do that from the weekend, from the 15th, 16th until you get into next week. What's amazing with this is that you have the Sun coupled with the Five of Swords, and it came out like this. So the Sun, it illuminates everything it touches, right? Any negative energy that's in any spread, the Sun kind of overshadows it. It's like the trump card of all of tarot. And look at the colors on it. You can see why, right? It's what gives us life. It's what helps plants grow. It revitalizes our energy. That's why we need to get our vitamin D. But it's coupled with the Five of Swords. So this speaks about, in its basic form, you know, going into battle and needing to defend yourself. And I feel like that's what's happening. Again, I'm getting work. I know this is a love reading for couples, but I feel like work has either got a lot of pressure on you or on your partner. And potentially it's what's causing you to need to kind of pull back and find your center again, because I feel like either you're under a lot of pressure or you're under a lot of pressure with home and with work. And that's what's causing you to have your guard up a little bit, okay? Remember, it's always important to prioritize you, regardless of whether you're married in a couple and a parent and a father. A lot of people struggle with this, right? They always think, I've got to put my children first. Obviously, you need to be there for your child, but you're no good to your child if you keep putting all your other priorities first before yourself, okay? And I'm saying that because I have 2 pages in this spread, so it could be relating to a child. You could have a younger air sign child, or the signs are kind of irrelevant, but I see children very much. They're showing me children. And the other thing is too, I've also got the King of Wands here. So this could be representing you. You could have a rising, or this could be your partner, Aries, Leo, Sag. But coupled with the sun, it's showing me that you're very empowered. So as soon as you just take that minute little bit of time, and we're not talking a lot here, we're just talking, you know, a little bit of chunk of time for yourself to either train, put some thought into your meal plans, eat healthy, whatever it is. As soon as you do that, it's like you find your energy again and you're renewed. The sun's coming here to show me that you no longer need to be in this kind of negative health headspace and trying to defend yourself, okay? And, you know, maybe it's got a lot to do with not so much your partner, but all the family that's surrounding you and your partner. Because I see a lot of people in this spread, right? I've got the King of Swords, I've got the King of Wands. Typically, in a standard reading that's not general, you'd read them as men, but because it's a general reading, they could be men or women. Don't hold on to the fact that they're kings. I also have Aries here that's coming out quite strongly, and Leo. So a lot of fire, passion. But I also have Taurus here. It represented the High Priestess. So what's amazing is that you have two cards of kind of like illumination and spirituality, the Four of Swords and the High Priestess. Typically, I see the Four of Swords as a lower vibration of the Hanged Man or the Hermit, of needing to go within and finding the answers within yourself. It does speak about needing to focus on your health and heal and repair that. But coupled with the card of the High Priestess, which is all about someone that's very intuitive, very wise, maybe you're seeking counsel this week to try and find ways to find balance within your life at the moment between either being a good father or a good mother, being a solid person at work, and also having time for yourself. And if that is ringing true for you, then that's your invitation to start looking for a coach, either a mental health coach, someone that helps you with, you know, meditation, all stuff to do with mindfulness. Maybe it's an exercise coach, a fitness coach, or maybe it's just someone that's a life coach that kind of will help you with work in the direction that you're going. But whatever it is, just know that the path that you're wanting to take, okay, you are going to reach it because your partner is supporting you in this endeavor. Can I have some additional guidance for Scorpio couples from the 13th to the 19th, please? Yeah. You've got the card of all that glitters, okay? It's really interesting because I love the illustration. I know what it means. I know these cards off by heart, but I'll read it to you from the book. But it basically means about, you know, someone's wearing a false mask. You know, what may seem to be a good offer isn't exactly that. And I feel like this is, you're having the intuition to see that. And I believe that's why you're getting your guard up next week to do with work. And I believe it's either a boss or a colleague. The essential meanings are a need to see beyond the superficial, a desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, and chasing after every sparkling new thing. Sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish a story a little bit, adding more dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence and essential qualities of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she has or can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart and let go of artifice to see what is authentic shine. Just going to leave that there. There you go, Scorpio. That was your reading for this week. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button. It helps the channel more than you know, and I'll be back with you guys next week. Take care.